I'll let you know as soon as I see it. Yep. We're good. Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday Hump Day, which means it's time for Boob Tube. And of course, it's not Boob Tube without my beautiful co-hosts, Casey Carter and desirable Desiree Bottom.
Hi.
Hey, ladies.
Yeah. You know you
Sorry we're
bad.
late. We were having girl talk in the green room.
It's so funny because, you know, our pre-show chats, I guess they almost should be recorded, you know. But
Yes.
It's funny because Kari started telling us a story and she's like, "Ooh, time check. Okay, yeah, we got time." And then the next thing I know, I'm like, "Oh, snap. It's after 9 o'clock."
Yeah, it was an interesting conversation, just to kind of give you a little, without sharing the whole thing. Like, we were discussing, I had posted on Twitter that I was looking to relocate because I may be in a situation where I might have to move. And in the midst of that conversation, I admitted, like, I always talk about all of the wonderful things about being an entrepreneur. But one of the things that I am encountering is being able to prove my income as being what Casey considered to be traditional is going to be difficult in the event that I may have to move. So with that being said,
Exactly.
Woosah.
Who's away?
I don't know for sure yet. This is all speculation. I'll know tomorrow afternoon. So, and I'll be on the road. And why this was even more frustrating for me is it comes when I'm just about to leave for Chicago. I come back from Chicago, literally drop off my stuff that I took to Chicago and take my things to Exotica, New Jersey. So I don't have time to be dealing with this shit.
And there you have it.
And there you have it. And of course, it's always like why these conversations come up is the first thing that we say to each other is like, "Hey, how's your week been?" And then every time we come in here, we're like, "Happy to see you, but damn, life be lifing."
Okay, life be lifing, man.
How are y'all doing?
Yeah. Yes, please share. Bring us.
We are so happy to see you all. Welcome to Boob Tube. If you're new here, hi. I'm Kari Platinum Pussy Anthony. That's
I'm Desirable Bottom.
And I'm Casey Carter.
Hi. There we go. Hey girl, hey.
We are the three amigos. We have our drinks. Get your cups. Get comfortable. Cheers. We talk about TV, movies, and all things entertainment, things that are playing on your screen and your boob tube. So have a seat, get comfortable. We're here for a good hour and we have lots of good things to talk about. So hit that subscribe button. Exotica will appreciate it. And so will we. Yeah. If you're here and you'd like to comment, we do read your comments. Hello, Zany. Hello, Whitney. Hello, Jason. Hello, Lorenzo. And everybody else that's watching. So.
Okay, wait, hold on. I got to post this comment from Jason.
Desirable. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I hope you come to Exotica this year. Are you smuggling over the border and coming to see us?
I don't know. I'm trying. I can't make no promises.
Okay.
We only got a couple weeks to make it happen, so let us know what we need to do to help facilitate that bust out.
And witness
22 days to your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Hold on, wait. I got it. Hold on.
Oh.
Wait, give me a second. Give me a second.
Do it. Just do it.
They ask me what I do and who I do it for, and how I come up with this shit up in
It's for you, Whitney.
All I want for my birthday is a
Not quite yet, but we're doing some partying, some pre-gaming for your birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, how many days away are we from New Jersey Exotica?
Whew,
Let's take a look
it's
here.
around the corner.
Yeah, it's around the
Round
corner. Let me go to my website because I have it
2
on there. I
weeks.
have a little
It's
countdown.
2 weeks because I actually fly in. I fly in the Wednesday before.
I'll be there Tuesday.
Okay.
So yeah, it's 2 weeks. Okay, so we have 2 weeks to Exotica. The countdown is on. Then we'll have a month until DC. Y'all, I need a
Barely a
vacation
month.
from these trips, yo.
Mm.
So, yeah. Anywho, what's exciting happening in your world, Casey?
I am running
She's.
on pure adrenaline. Pure
I
adrenaline.
thought you were gonna say evil. You looked like you said you were gonna say evil. I'm running on true evil.
Okay, no, but pure
That too.
adrenaline.
That would be fitting though, because it is spooky season.
It is. It is.
Right?
It is. It is.
Is
that.
anyone dressing up for Halloween?
I am.
No. What are you gonna be?
I got like this farmer outfit, but I might do it for like every stream on Friday when I do my gaming stuff. I do cosplay. So I was a spooky witch already, Little Red Riding Hood, and then this week I don't know yet. So you guys have to stay tuned to find out.
All right then.
But I did get a nice little farmer outfit, so it could be it.
Okay.
You don't know.
All right. That's
Never know.
Desi's outfit, all ready to register for farmers.com.
I am Maleficent.
We're gonna do
I
a
got
hoedown.
Maleficent. Yeah, I'm wearing Maleficent at Exotica, New Jersey. I also got, well, I have a bunch of costumes, but I also have a ringmaster, so I can wrangle in all my little circus friends. You know what that reminds me of? The TikTok where it's like Afro circus. You know, the people that do the makeup and they're like, they just take the things and you're like, what are they doing? And then all of a sudden it's like this elaborate makeup transition and you're like, I play those on repeat. I love those.
Okay.
Those are some real talented makeup artists on there that do some things that I'm just like, what? How? Yeah, the talent on TikTok and Instagram, that type of stuff just fascinates me. So,
but I have a question. Would you stream on TikTok?
Do I stream?
No, like would you consider it if you were like, I don't know, I guess if you have a niche, right? Is TikTok more for people who have like a niche? Or like
I don't think I think it's like Instagram Live. I can't go live yet. I'm only at like 500 followers, so I've really struggled. I got up to like, I think I got like 12,000 followers and they took my account. Then I got up to another 10,000 and they took my account. So with this one, I'm not gonna lie, I've just been like,
You're talking about they took your TikTok account at those numbers?
Yeah, they took my TikTok. So I just
don't get me started on Instagram. Because yesterday I reported someone for using my photo, using my link, using bits and pieces of my bio, even using some version of my name, and I reported it, and they sent back a message saying, "Yeah, we're not gonna remove this account." I'm like, wait, what? You are literally stealing my image, likeness, website, and bio, and you're not pulling it down? Really? So, of course, I posted that message that they weren't taking it down. And because I'm like, I lost my account because you accused me of soliciting, which, if you know Casey don't solicit. And I could full on, I could steal Kari's identity and it would be okay. Imagine that.
Yes, Jason. The answer to your question is yes. It takes a lot of time to set up a booth at Exotica. So if you'd like to volunteer your time, But yeah, so one of my social media clients had the same thing. Like there was an account, there's many accounts out there, and one of the accounts had 13,000. Now her main account, her only account that's hers, has 1.5 million. And a month ago they took it.
What?
So I kept sending messages, I kept emailing, and they gave it back a week ago. But what was really frustrating for her was that in the meantime, between time, she's like, how is it okay for these fraudulent accounts to operate, scam people using my images? It's okay for them to do stuff, but it's not okay for me.
Right.
Like, she's not even doing that shit. Like, the posts and the ones that they flagged were like her dancing salsa or bachata or something. It's not even like anything I'm just like, wow.
Right. Yeah. So that's like I did my very first TikTok video was okay, so I was at AVN and I was with Ms. Marche, and she had on this zebra striped dress. It was a bodycon dress, so it was form fitting, and she was twerking, and I zoomed in real tight on the stripes of the dress so that you could see the stripes undulating.
Right.
You couldn't make out that it was her butt. You couldn't really tell what it was. It was, I mean, that's how up close I was on her.
Right.
They took the video down.
What?
Took the video down. I'm like, you don't even know what the hell it is. How are you taking? And that was like at the very beginning of my TikTok account. I was like, you know what? That right there.
That was the big FU.
Yes. I'm like, oh my God. You see absolutely nothing. You can't tell that's her behind. None of that. And yet you flagged my video. Okay. I don't know what AI algorithm you're using, but that's some BS. Just like with Instagram, and then the message says that a combination of the computer and a person. I'm like, oh no, that's bull. That is absolute bull. There is no human actually involved in making this decision. So yeah, because if there was a human, they would realize, oh, this no, yeah, no. And obviously they're using like AI or something like that, and AI only knows what you tell it. Like it,
True.
you know what I'm saying? You have to feed it information in order for it to do something. But anywho,
crazy. Yeah, we could sit here all day and talk about our Instagram woes. And it's starting to become like we need to just have a segment on let's bitch about Instagram, because it's becoming a frequent segment of every week we talk about how much Instagram is so frustrating. So if you guys are having problems with Instagram, leave that in the comments. We'll be happy to add it to our how much we dislike Instagram segment. But thank you for listening to our
rant.
It's time to talk about some TV. Yeah. It's time to talk about Force.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Force, baby. Let's talk about Top on Me. Let's talk about let's talk about all the good things in Chicago that could be. Let's talk about Force.
Anywho,
the Jingle Queen is back.
Back on the ranch in Chicago.
Back on the ranch in Chicago. So, in this episode of Force, I'm not going to lie, I watched it, like it played, but I really need to go back and watch it again. So, I'm going to let you expand. Did you see it, Desiree?
I think I did. I think I'm caught up.
What do you mean you think you did?
Okay, well, I'll start the conversation. You jump in where you feel good.
We'll make sure that we get it.
I'm caught up.
Yeah. We'll make sure we get it translated to you in Vietnamese so that you can definitely have seen it.
So,
all right, go ahead, Casey.
So this episode, there's a lot. There's a lot going on. First of all, and Kari and I talked about this the last time. The women are
taking
like
over,
sliding up in there. putting their dicks out like my dick's bigger than your dick. Because
I did see that they worked together. The girl
yes.
from
Yes.
CBI and Claudia.
Yes. So now, if you recall, there was an episode where Claudia and her childhood friend went to the sex club, or whatever we want to call it, and they discovered that the girls who were working it, they bring their own pills to the party, and they get the pills from wherever. So Claudia's like, "Yo, check it. I got pills. Let me hook you up with my pills, right?" So when Claudia happens to connect with the owner of the gym, whose name I just totally forgot, she's like, "I got you. What you need, I got it. I got to connect to the party, right? Like, you might have pills, but you can't bring your pills in the party.
You need a
I can get
distro.
you in the party. I got you." Now, what was interesting to me about that particular scene or that storyline is when Claudia and her homie get robbed in the spot.
Yes.
And
I think she got set up. I think it was a setup.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think the girl set that up so that she could come and play I got you and make Claudia owe her. And basically
and trust her, really.
Right. And to let her know, like, you need me. That's basically what she was. Yeah, trust her, but more so like you are in a game. Like more feel like it was like you're a white girl and you're in a game, in a business that's going to expose your privilege.
Yes, I can see that too, but if you think about it, the party goers, not the people servicing at the party, but the party goers are more of a white crowd, more of a privileged elite type crowd.
Right.
So she wasn't, they weren't necessarily way out their element from that perspective, but I certainly wholeheartedly believe that she set that little scenario up so that that Claudia becomes beholden to old girl.
But I do think she was out of her element because she's always had her dad and her brother and an entourage of people to back her in her prior dealings. And she was not in the clubs. She did the bigger deals with the bigger people on the outside where she was safe. Now she's on the inside where there's nowhere to run. It's just you and your homegirl, and she wasn't doing shit. She was scared, pissing on herself, waiting for you to bow up and protect her, and you're just looking like, fuck it. Like, so for me, I do feel like Claudia is she's in deep and she's so comfortable being in. Yeah, I think she's so comfortable being in daddy's shadow, like she's starting to realize that like all of the elements of being a part of the family, all that's stripped from her now. Like she is 100% on her own.
By her own hand, no less. Because I mean,
and
she wasn't built for this shit. Dad.
It was easy when you can run around and use your family name and know that your daddy was going to come and save you. Now daddy's gone and Vic ain't fucking with you. So, and he took everything away, which I thought was awesome. Took everything away from her.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of Vic. Okay, so
Look at you.
I love the fact that Vic hates Claudia so much that he's willing to be a snitch to bring her ass down.
Right? Yeah.
Because we know that his goal is not to get Tommy caught in the crosshairs.
Well, and that's what ultimately where I'm going with making this comment, because he's super hyper sensitive to the fact that the feds, the local whatever, are following him while he's out with Tommy, wanting to get intel on whatever it is Tommy is doing. And when he gets busted by Tommy for being with the police, Tommy's like, "Yo, prove you ain't a snitch. Take dude out." Vic was like,
no questions asked.
I was like, oh my God, he did it. Holy cow, he did it. And understand that having done it, because this was the dude who was assigned to follow Vic. So once Vic took dude out, that means Vic is no longer protected by the police. He's on the out now.
I
Now
don't
he's
think he
just
ever
as
wanted to
wanted
be
as Tommy.
protected. Yeah, I don't
No,
think
No,
he ever
that
wanted
was
to be
scary.
no,
protected.
I agree. I don't think he, but understand, think about it. Now that he's shot dude, he's out.
He's a cop.
He's out.
Well, I think it was, for me, the way that I interpreted that, like, what's been happening with him is that his ultimate goal from the very beginning was to get Claudia put
Mhm.
away,
Mhm.
because he doesn't have
Absolutely.
the heart to kill her, but he wants her. He realizes
To
how,
stop her.
yeah, she's a narcissist. She's definitely dangerous. And he's mad that, like, he's really pissed off about the fact that she was gonna,
Let
like,
him get
she set him
killed.
up to kill him,
Yep.
and then still lying about it.
Yep.
Like, I think that he might not have been as pissed off if she'd have just been like, all right, yeah, I made a mistake. But the fact that she's still trying to pin it on the other dude, like, yeah, so Vic is pissed. And his intention, obviously, he's caught between a rock and a hard place because the police got him. They want Tommy. I don't think he ever intended to snitch on Tommy, but
Mm-mm.
at some point, I felt like he was willing to do anything to get at Claudia.
Oh yeah,
And if
most
that meant
definitely.
True.
Tommy got locked up or Tommy got snuck in the midst of that, yeah. But now that he realizes that the police have zero interest in Claudia, he's like, okay, this plan failed. This failed miserably, and now he's stuck. And ultimately, that would have been the smarter decision anyways, because him linking with Tommy and getting involved with CBI basically puts Claudia out of business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's now messy because old girl is now fucking with Claudia, which is going to link them all up. And yeah, poor Jannard. He's done.
And then,
I'm just
but
waiting
wait,
for
That
the
was
episode.
insane.
but wait,
Yeah.
there's more. Speaking of Jannard, Jannard is still on that shit, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
but he lucked up. Spoiler
Lucked up.
alert, because he caught Tommy with old boy's sister and took pictures. And so I'm just waiting. At any given moment, he gonna drop dime on Tommy, and it's about to be World War III up in this piece, because
What's his name? Not Alvarez, but what the fuck is his name?
yeah, I know, I can't think of it either, but
Not Valdez.
well, from the last episode, he kept referring to him as Jefe, so right now he can be Jefe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
so
done.
and then going back to Jannard's girl, she was, when he showed her the photo, she was like, yeah, no, hold that, we ain't doing that just yet, don't play that card just yet. Oh, and then the necklace that he swiped magically reappeared, and he wanted to brush that under the table because he came in with the photo of Tommy and stuff. So that relationship is definitely yeah, because it's clear that old girl is working her own angle, both with Claudia and Jannard and her crew. Because that's the other thing, one of her people was like, yo, you coming off a little soft, messing with these people, you was digmatized. Oh my God, when he told her she was digmatized, I thought he was about to lose his dick.
Yeah, I agree. I thought she was gonna chop something off. I was like, oh.
Yeah,
it's true though.
That's just insane.
Even though her interest with Jannard is for a bigger picture, she's definitely making some messy mistakes that are going to get her killed. And I think Diamond is going to be the one to do it. I think Diamond is going to be the one that's going to have to put her down. And unfortunately, I think he may have to do Jannard at the same time. Like, it's going to be one of those. So, yeah.
If he doesn't have to do that chick's husband or dude first, because that's also messy.
That's also coming.
Yeah.
Poor Diamond. Like, Diamond's really trying to stay clean. He's trying to
Yeah,
keep
and
his
he's
nose
like
clean,
always in the mud, stuck in the mud. Yep.
Yep.
but
And
that's the nature of the
and
beast.
I don't think he's like trying to be 100% clean, but he's certainly trying not to be as messy as these situations are making it, you know.
He doesn't want to go back to prison.
That
At the end
part.
of the day,
That
that's all
True.
part.
he cares about is he does
Yeah.
not want to go back to prison. So
Mhm.
he's doing what he needs to survive, but at the same time, there's no such thing as keeping your nose clean when you're in a room full
Yeah,
of
he's trying to.
Criminals.
criminals, right?
Yes.
So, if you're not watching Force, make sure you check it out on Stars. It does air on
Friday.
Fridays. So yeah, we are
Not Sunday
definitely
when Casey watches it. Just
that
saying.
part. We are Force fiends. Speaking of.
Yeah.
So, what else is on the Desiree? I
Billions
I knew she was going to say
Billions. Yep.
billions, 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 billions. What's
and
going
more
on?
billions.
So yeah, billions. So the Wendy and Chuck's son ended up getting his license at the end. So the whole thing with the bribing with the grandpa, like they almost went to jail. There was like another episode, so he had to retake the test. They were like going through the whole. In this episode, there was like another guy, and he had to go talk to Wendy. He was like part of the, part of not Axe's but Prince's group of like core people. If you guys watch the episode, you guys will probably see who I'm talking about. But he was like going through like he wanted to help somebody who is near and dear to him because this person was like ready to make like a scientific breakthrough, but so he tried to help this guy and he couldn't. Like it ended up where it backfired, and there was like a whole patent thing involved, and then they wanted to release the patent, and then but Prince ended up because this other guy like who was with Prince, like it's like he was playing both sides of the fence. Yeah. So it kind of burned him in the end. He was kind of like, well, now like the person who he was trying to help out, like get this breakthrough and everything up, it didn't work out. Prince ended up telling the guy like he was gonna end up buying the whole thing that he was selling, and you like obviously you can't compete with somebody who has like a multi-billionaire, right? So you're kind of in a loss. So the guy was just like, well, now he was pissed because has to give up on his hopes, goals, and dreams, and now it's what do you do? Or you gotta outsmart him somehow, or
Oot, oot.
yeah, just give up and move on. I don't know.
I love it, Desiree.
What do you do about? Is it because I said a
I don't
boo?
know.
Well,
About
then since that happened, Axe is now back in the States. And Wendy is potentially committed federal crimes. And if you've been watching, everybody will do anything for Wendy. Like literally, Wags told Chuck he would do him if he screwed Wendy over. Um, Michael Prince flew all the way out to England to see Axe and basically tell him, don't even try and come to the States and do anything because I got your people dead to rights. Which really was just a threat against Wendy. And just when you thought Axe was coming to the States, he was like, yeah, no, I got to figure out how to take care of Wendy first. So like literally everybody will do anything for Wendy. And so this last episode is kind of what you see again with this idea that Wendy got put in a real pickle and they're all trying to figure out, okay, yeah, we want to get Michael Prince, but we got to make sure we take care of Wendy. So basically the end of the episode was that all of the crew, the let's get Michael Prince crew, sitting around the house, and Axe finally walks in the room back in the States, and they're all like, well, it's about damn time. It's about time. But it's, if you go back to what Des was talking about with this scientist, so the guy that she's referring to that's connected to Michael Prince, it's the nephew
There we
of
go.
Michael Prince's, right hand man, Scooter.
Man,
I think he's
there we
Scooter,
go.
right? So this is Scooter's nephew, who has this relationship with this scientist, and he basically, because in Michael Prince Capital, it's all about the next big deal, and so this invention or scientific breakthrough, what have you, was basically looked like it was going to be the next big thing. And when the scientist didn't want to sell it to Prince, he went very Axe on you, and he found a way to get this this scientific breakthrough removed from the market by finding a way of having the government snatch it from him. So now, like Prince was like, how the government is, they'll release it whenever they feel like they want to, So
Yep.
it's funny because you see more and more of the shady side of Michael Prince coming out. Like the fact that the Prince team figured out that there was this mutiny going on, and then very systematically demobilized everyone. And Wendy, of course, being the biggest threat in the group, he basically locked her down the most. And I think another one of my favorite scenes in the last episode was when you first see Axe back in the States. There was an event going on at Lincoln Center for Michael Prince, and you see him and his whole crew doing their strut up to the building, and just as they're getting close, here comes Axe in his typical leather jacket, t-shirt, jeans, and this other dude, very handsome, tuxedoed out and everything. Long story short, it's the guy who was a prisoner in China.
Yeah. That was insane.
Yes, that has the relationship with Michael Prince's wife. And he whispers something in Prince's ear that you're like, okay. And then, talks about, and that mole or that beauty mark on her thigh, so you're like, oh, dude is prepared to tell all the business. And that's that thing that the president maker was like, you got to keep that stuff in check, so yeah, it was okay. The episode of Force and this episode of Billions, they were all like jam-packed, edge of your seat, lots going on. And you can tell that each one of each of those episodes is a setup to some big bang season finale type scenario. So yeah. Good
What
stuff.
about when they did the Gambit thing at the end too? When they were like trying to like analyze them, I thought that was kind of smart because they were like, and then Wags was like, "Well, wasn't I like not part of that?" And Wendy like looked at him like, "You're part of that."
Yeah. So, because what it was is they didn't want to do a review, like a performance review. And so they created this gambling scenario to figure out what kind of investor are they. And it was interesting because you didn't necessarily see that coming. You didn't see that they were going to take their gambling style and use it as a means for analyzing what kind of an investor they are. And I think when they went through each of the personalities, I mean, it seemed a little dead on, Oh, and then wait, the dark haired girl with the curly hair, who she's smarter than all the boys, yet at the same time didn't want to be a part of the boy club. Yeah, I liked the fact that she stepped up and was like, you know what? I want the office. I want the partnership track. I want, yeah. So, and when dude was like, well, go ahead and take it, and she went and sat in the office, I was like, ooh, see, that's that bad bitch energy right there. Mm-hmm.
And we love that. We love that
Yes.
here on BoobTube.
Yes,
Hello,
we do.
John Beach.
Yes, we
He
do.
said, for once, I don't have to get up at 1:30 for work in the morning after you all are on. Imagine that.
Yay.
Yay.
So, anywho, yes, Billions in Force, as you can tell, is very high on our must-watch list.
Yes,
Yep.
I did watch something else, but I saved it for last. Ready?
Go for it.
Yep.
There's a documentary, I believe it was on Netflix. Could have been Hulu. One of the two. Anyways, it's called The Monster Inside. And it's about this guy, Russ. I don't remember his last name. But anyways, somewhere in the Midwest, he had a scare haunt place. Like a typical place where you would go and you would do like the scare thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he then, so the documentary is about how he's a monster and he's a narcissist. And so he took that and started like amping it up and making it to where it became a place of, I forget what they call it, extreme. So basically, I'll just explain how it goes. You didn't pay, like your submission would be like 2 cans of dog food and some like crazy off the wall because he didn't accept money. I guess that's what made it so that it was like voluntary or something. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway, so you pay and then he sets up these like massively crazy scenarios that go on for 8 hours or more. And it's designed to ultimately push you to your absolute limits. Now, people were signing up for this. Like there was literally a wait list. 25,000 people waiting to be tortured. Yeah, tortured, scared, like all this craziness, which really fascinated me, not so much about him, but more about the people that wanted to be put into these scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I'm like, first of all, it's fake. Like you know that you volunteered for this. That's first off. Secondly, why would you volunteer, knowingly put yourself in a situation where you put your literal life in the hands of someone else, knowing that they're going to do things like fill your mouth with tarantulas or stuff like that? Like
Ew.
that is
Yeah.
so bizarre to me. I'm like, yeah, I get on a roller coaster and take my chances. There's that off chance that I'm on a broke roller coaster and it goes flying off, but I'm gonna die a quick death and I'm gonna do something that I enjoy, right? While I'm enjoying the ride, boom.
Like Final Destination.
But that's stuff that like that I didn't sign up for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I
Or like
I
Fear Factor. Do you guys remember Fear Factor with the bugs
Yes.
and everything? Yes.
Yep.
No, ma'am. And so apparently there was a $20,000 reward or there was some monetary reward. So people were signing up to do this with the intention of getting this reward money. And ultimately, like some of the people that signed up to be part of his like scare crew and some of the people that I guess tried to do the extreme haunt shit, we're talking about like how he filmed everything.
Okay.
So that was first. And then secondly, they were just talking about how he's like psychotically unstable and how he got way too much enjoyment from watching people not only suffer, but like, and they talked a lot about how there was like, you had to say safety. And once you said safety, it was supposed to shut down. Like that was it.
Okay.
That meant you had reached your limit. You were done. You were supposed to be able to shut down, but he did not honor that. He just kept going and would pretend you never even
Oh
said it.
Wow.
Yeah. Or he would put you in a position where you were gagged and couldn't say it. So
wow. Oh.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. Like there's some where they did
He's
like
smart.
waterboarding.
Just
Waterboard.
Desiree, only you. That's smart. Some
well,
of it was like
it's
waterboarding. Go
I
ahead,
was gonna say
Desiree.
it's kind of like, okay, like, have you guys ever like did a corn maze, or I don't know, like it could be worse to that. Maybe it probably was like very worse to that, or like a scary game. Like obviously, I know when you're put in those situations, you can just turn it off. You know what I mean? Like if
Mm-hmm.
you don't feel uncomfortable to the point where it's like scaring the flipping fly out of you, you can just beep and be
Flipping
like, it's
fly.
over, camera, shut off. You know what I mean?
Oh, I was
But
gonna say, what happened?
right?
Ah!
Someone said Desiree, call 911.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you can just, it's over, it's over. But in a way, like I'm kind of like that. I'm kind of like a thrill seeker, a little bit like you as well, Carrie. And I'm like, why not play this scary game and then see people, you get the reaction. Like if you jump scare, then you get jump scared, or if you get, then you get got. I
But
guess
I mean,
I don't know.
when you go to a place like that, the reason why it doesn't scare me is because I know those people are hired actors. I know
Okay,
this is a scenario that's set up, and I know that there's a level of like there's only so much they could do under the law. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
true, true,
There's only
true.
so much that they can do. They can't really stab me. They can't really, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So for me, that's
Kidnap
the part.
you, or yeah.
Right. That's the part that like intrigues me is like if you know that going into this it's fake,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like,
It's
what?
like, what's
I
the
don't
point?
get it.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
I
hold
feel you.
out. But the thing is, this is what they were saying is like he would put these scenarios together where he would definitely test your patience and test your ability, your mental capabilities. And I guess for me, like I'm not gonna volunteer to be in a room for a week,
Mm-hmm.
like solitary confinement. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna volunteer for anything like that. Like I'm just not, because
You know what that kind of reminds me of too? Is like, I don't know if you've seen any like Mr. Beast challenges like on YouTube, because he's like so big, right? But he does things like that. Like he put 100 people confined in like a miniature cubicle, and these people just had like a bed. I don't even know if they had a toilet. So I mean, they must have to let them go to the bathroom. But there's 100 participants and then the last person ended up getting, like, I don't know if it was like $1 million or like $50,000 or something like that. Like I'm
that's a big
assuming when they
difference,
had to go to the
Desiree.
bathroom, yeah, they had to like tell them and then go. But I'm
I love
assuming it's
you.
like it's true. So I mean, is it kind of like that but more scary?
Hmm. It's interesting. I am not. I can watch that kind of stuff, but I'm not a fan of experiencing that kind of stuff. Although I have done a few haunted houses, and it's, let me put it this way: I've done a couple of things where I knew I was concerned about whether or not it was going to scare me and how was I going to react. Except I was with a person who was a little bit more vocal about their anxiety, and so I had to be the chill one, and I had to be the one that, walked ahead of the group because the rest of them were like, "Oh, I don't want to have to hurt somebody, so you go first and let them pop out when you go." And I'm like I'm not scared. Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, I don't like doing those things. But
I had I had one experience, and it was like an old jail, like a old prison that they like.
Alcatraz.
It was not. Yeah, no, no, no.
Was it
It was like
haunted?
no. I feel like it wasn't. I don't know. Like I don't think it was. They didn't say it was or anything. But they just used to like decorate it, and then they used to like stick some people in there with like masks and stuff, so they would make us go down, and it was
Mm.
super scary because they'd have all the lights flashing, and then the people be like,
Mm.
"Bruh."
Yeah.
That was it. That was like the only really bad
Jump
thing that
scares.
I
That's
could.
what they call it. Jump scares.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I get a kick out of them because I'm like, I it's like watching a movie and yeah, you get involved in the story and yeah, you're like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like I'm not like super scared. I'm like, it's an actor, it's a movie, it's not real. You know what I mean? And I have to
Exactly.
do that because I used to watch, the slasher films was when I was a kid, you know what I mean? So I would watch Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, Pinhead,
Mm.
all those crazy when you're a kid scary movies. And I had to tell myself, like, this is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy is not coming in your dreams and he is not going to kill you and you're not going to get sucked into the bed like Johnny Depp. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that part.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still like, when people catch you off guard and like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's that. But then you have to be like, well, they're going to move on to the next person. They already got you to do the jump scare. So now they're moving on to the next person. But some of them will like follow you around and like be on your back. So I don't know. I like that kind of stuff because I'm just like, it's not real. It's all acting. So what else is on our TV screens? What did you watch, Casey?
I didn't make my list, and I know I watched some things, but I don't remember. Excuse me, sorry, I don't
I
remember.
wanna watch. I
What you wanna
wanna
watch?
watch the new Exorcist, even though I think they gave it like a really bad review.
Mm.
Did they?
Is
Yeah.
that the one with the
I
two
think
girls? Is that the one you're talking about?
the new one, the beloved one. I think so.
Yeah, with
I didn't even know there was a
the
new
two little
one.
girls, right? Yeah, and I think in the promo, I think I saw them say something about John. Yes, I do want to see Loki season 2 as well. I thought in the promo for that Exorcist thing, it's like they have to decide which of the two girls can survive. Is that right?
I
Mm-hmm.
think so.
Yeah. Okay. And it's got the original mom. Is that right too? Did I see that promo right? Or is that something else? Yeah, I want to say that the mom from the first one is in this.
I don't know, but I always see like the scary girl, and I like really genuinely get scared of that.
Really?
Yeah, and I could just like even just have this still photo, and it's like all the makeup. Like whoever did her up that way is like round of applause to them. Like they really made her scary. So that like I don't know why, but it does. It genuinely is insane. I think it's scary.
Yeah, so the mom from the original is in this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't
I'm
even know there
excited
was one
to see
till
it.
tonight. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's Exorcist Believer.
There we go. Believer, not beloved.
I'm gonna make you a believer. Beloved.
Ah,
Close. Very
but no
close.
cigar. No cigar.
So
Yeah.
So it's about that time.
And John mentioned Loki season 2. Like I don't know if you know when the first season came out, John, but it seems like it came out pre-COVID. It's been a while since the first season of Loki, which is on Disney streaming, and it was pretty good. I got to be honest. I wasn't really sure how they were going to create a storyline for Loki that did not include Thor, but they managed to do it. And of course, Loki he's a criminal, basically. When is he not a
he's
criminal?
He
When
should
is
be
he
on
not a
force.
criminal? When is he not? But
Right.
it was interesting. So I'm a little excited to see the season 2, just to see how they keep the story going. So you'll have to come back, John, and tell us what you think. Whether, assuming you can find time not to have to get up at, what time did you say? 1 dark 30. And if you have to get up at 1 dark 30, just shoot us. One was 2021. Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you can't come back live and give us your thoughts, then just put them in the comments and we'll get back to them. Yay!
Yay. Sounds like a plan.
Anybody else is looking forward to watching? I know there's more things that I want to watch. I don't know if I mentioned but they put Ballers on Netflix. I might have watched
Yeah,
it.
you did.
Okay, well, I'm just saying.
Because you mentioned that you didn't know that somebody was in Ballers.
I forgot that.
Is it The Rock?
No, no. I
Oh,
forgot
Denard.
that
Denard, you were saying.
Denard.
well,
Yeah,
okay, but
cauliflower ear.
it was Denzel's son. I forgot that he was in it and that he was a major
Nice.
character in it. And then, more importantly, I forgot he's about this tall. Like, I'm not saying like Denzel is some, 6'6" tall dude, but his son is about yay high to a grasshopper. I'm just saying.
Before we finish out, I think we need to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith. So I think she's lost her ever loving, lasting sanity mind. She's making a lot of allegations and making claims that just aren't
that has
mathing.
People fact checking like a mug. Okay.
So the reason I bring it up is because I ended up in a rabbit hole the other day, because every day there's a new Jada claim. And one of the claims is that she went to go see Tupac every day in Rikers.
I was going to say, that seems to be the more popular story.
Well, because there's 6 or 7 people that have totally blown her claim out the water with facts, actual paperwork and facts. So at the time, Tupac was married and his wife was coming to see him every day. So how are you going to go see Tupac when Tupac was seeing his wife? Furthermore, this was the time that her and Will were getting together, and she moved to California. So anyways, there's a few people on YouTube and TikTok that have are like, come on now, Jada. This is the thing. When you came out and said that y'all were separated for 7 years, you already y'all were already in a state of nobody's really fucking with y'all since the slap. Before that, we question your parenting, definitely different, but no one's judging. Just, looking at you like, things are definitely awkward in your household, but okay, whatever. I'm with it. Do you? The slap happened. Obviously, there's contention in the household, but y'all are on red round table, whatever the fuck that shit's called, acting like y'all are some holier than thou family who talk it out at the red table, which is bullshit.
Before you get to the slap,
Okay.
Between questionable
August
parenting,
Alsina.
Thank you. That part.
Forgot about that. Timeline.
That's because that's important.
Right. Then the slap happened. You lost us at the slap, okay? You lost us at the slap. You let things die down for a couple of years, but then you just couldn't stay out of the limelight. Nope. We had to come back. So now we come back and we tell everybody, well, even when the slap happened, Will and I weren't even together. Now we're looking at you like,
really?
Okay. So we're done. We're already like, Jada, we know y'all are grabbing for straws. Now you're making claims that you were a dope dealer. Now you're making claims that you and Tupac you were seeing Tupac when he was at Rikers. Now you're making claims that I forget what the other one was, but there's a long list of Jada claims. And the fact checking is not mathin'. People are fact checking and why? Why, Jada? And then I'm really upset because she's from Baltimore. So I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
She tripping is what she doing.
She
tripping.
She's gonna get 5150. She's gonna get Britney'd. That's what's gonna happen to her.
But what did she not also reveal the fact that she was suicidal or depressed or something to that extent. I don't know at
I
what
didn't see
point.
that.
Yeah, because Lorenzo and I were talking. I don't know at what point in her life, but I believe that was something that is in the book, because there's a book, y'all.
I'm not reading that shit. If the
Yeah.
stuff that you've said already isn't factual,
But
I'm not interested in reading it.
But think about it. That only makes me want, not me personally, literally, but it makes you want to read the book just to see what else she lied about.
But I think that's the gimmick. And
Mhm.
that for me is why I wouldn't read it.
Mhm.
Because you're putting out all of these things so that it entices people to read your book. I don't give a fuck at this point. Like at this point, everything that comes out of your mouth, now everything that you said since the minute you stepped on the scene and became what famous and got in front of a microphone, I'm like, I'm not even hearing you out. And I'm offended that I believed for so many years that you and Will were this like power couple, and
Yeah.
the way that you guys dealt with the baby mama, because Will has a son from
Mhm.
a past relationship, and like you guys made it seem like you were this blended family. And this is what really is happening. People put on shows for smoke and mirrors, for Hollywood, for social media,
Out.
for just people in general.
Mhm.
The same thing happened with Jason Momoa and what's her name?
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
Lisa Bonet.
No?
You know, they made it seem like they had this like, and I'm not saying that they didn't, but you know, you can only fake the funk for so long. Eventually the truth gets revealed. People can see through the smoke and mirrors. And I think with Jada, she's still, you know, you're writing this book. I have zero interest in reading this book. I will not spend a penny. I wouldn't, if you could give it to me for free, I still wouldn't read it.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Especially since
But
everybody's calling her out on
what
social
you,
media.
what you do have interest in picking up is Casey's book.
There you go, Desiree. Look at that. Look at that. What a wonderful segue into an advertisement for Casey's book. You can't get a racehorse out of a mule. You can get it on Amazon. Go
That
get a copy.
Get you
And
one. Get you one.
do you
Yeah.
have copies that you'll have at New Jersey Exotica? Because if I'm not mistaken, this is that
will.
time where we put up the thing and we tell people where they about the shows.
Show will and show do, and here we go. Hold on.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a host. No, okay. Make sure you get a copy of Casey Carter's new book. You can't get a horse out of a mule. A racehorse, let me get it correct. You can get a copy signed and delivered at Exotica, New Jersey, November 3rd through the 5th in Edison, New Jersey. Also, you can check out Exotica December 1st through the 3rd in Washington, D.C. You can get your tickets at EXXXOTICA.tv. That's EXXXOTICAtv.com. And it's also Ladies Free Friday. So, woo-woo. Now you can go check out our pink boxes. Follow us on social media. Click our websites. Come see us all over the interwebs. And I will not be putting out a book with unfactual shiznit, okay?
Do it.
Right. We would like to thank everyone who watched us live and those who catch the replay after the fact. Make sure you leave us comments. We go back and look at them from time to time. We love to shout you out while we're on every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. EXXXOTICA.tv and also EXXXOTICA on all social media. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you. I won't be here next week. I'll be on the Rezone.
Wait. Speaking of that, I won't be here next week either.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess Desiree, get a week off.
Actually 2.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
No, the week after that is Exotica.
Right. So it's 2 weeks off.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks off. We'll be back in the
after Exotica.
So, thank you so much for watching us. We're going to take a little hiatus, go out and do some crazy things, and then we'll come back with some amazing stories, some new TV and movies that we've watched. and we will be here to see you Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep it locked and loaded. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, share, all those things. And bye. We will see you
Peace
later.
out. Bye.
Back to you, Casey.
Okay, hold on. Here we go.